Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. And then bringing your right hand in front of you, press the first two fingers against the pad of the thumb and close your right nostril with your thumb. On the next exhale, close with that thumb, then inhale again through the left nostril. Close with the fingers, open the right nostril, exhale for 5. Inhale through the right nostril for 5. Close, just pause for a second, then open the left nostril and exhale for 5. Inhale for 5 through the left. Close with the fingers, pause for a moment, then open the right and exhale. Inhale. Close both. Open the left, exhale. So just continuing at your own pace, 5 in, 5 out. And then completing the next full round, so you finish on an exhale through the left nostril, and then just keeping your eyes closed, lower your hand into your lap. And then lowering your head, blinking your eyes open. So if you're sitting up on anything, come to sit down on the mat, come into a gentle twist. So bringing your left heel to the outside of your right hip, and then bring the right foot across. Sitting up nice and tall. Hug the left arm around the lifted knee. Lifting up nice and tall. Place the right hand behind you and revolve. So hug the knee in, sit tall. And press the sole of the right foot down. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, change sides. So bring the right heel to the outside of the right buttock, the left buttock, cross the leg over. Hug with your right arm. Take the left hand behind you, lift up. Squeeze the knee towards you, start to revolve. Dropping the shoulders away. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, uncross. Come to lie on your front. So coming into Sphinx first. So elbows under shoulders, palms down. Cobra legs, press the tops of the feet down, hip distance apart. Press the pubic bone down. Draw your elbows as if they're drawing towards the waist and pull your chest between your arms. The gaze is just forward. Keep the back strong, keep the kneecaps lifted. Okay, then we're going to slide the right arm. Is going to slide over with the palm down towards the over the left side of the mat. You're crossing the left arm underneath. Then tuck your toes under and wiggle like a worm forward, pressing the elbows down. So you're trying to get your shoulders in front of your elbows, but the palms reaching out either side. Lower your head down. It's meant to be a shoulder stretch. If it's too intense, just back off a little, but if you can, press the palms down and push them away from each other. Okay, then slide the elbows back past each other. Bring the left arm in front. So now, same thing, but right arm under, left arm in front. Reach the palms away from each other. Again, you might need to wiggle the hips forward a little. Relax the head. So shoulders over elbows. Okay, then inhale. Inch the elbows apart. And then bend your left leg for a quad stretch. So the right forearm crosses in front of your face. So have the right elbow under the right shoulder. Lift your chest a little. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Take hold of the left foot, but you want to have your thumb, so as your arm comes round with your palm facing behind you, have the thumb pointing down. Try to keep the thighs reasonably parallel. If you can, you'll bend your elbow up, so you can still keep the shoulders reasonably relaxed, but draw that, press the pubic bone down and draw the heel towards your bottom. Okay, release it back a little. You can do it again, but this time you're going to come, put your forehead on your forearm, your right arm, and then again, take hold of the foot. Draw the heel towards you, but no pain in the knee, please. So if you press the pubic bone down and draw the heel towards you, but feel that length in the quad as if you're pushing the knee towards the bottom of the mat. Okay, and then release gently. It doesn't ping back. Other side. So left elbow under left shoulder. Bend the right leg, so you want to don't sink down into this left shoulder. Lift up through the chest, feel that little stretch through the core. So palm faces behind you with the thumb down. Raffles is on the move. No. Draw it towards you. Keep pushing up through the forearm. And then slowly release. Left forearm now parallel to the front of the mat. Just put your head on your arm, bend to the right leg again. So more relaxed position. Okay, then gently release. Roll onto your side. You can bend your bottom knee a little, bring the forearm, so elbow under shoulder, a little bit of Jane Fonda action here. So you can have the left hand on your hip, or you can lift the arm up, but the right hip is down on the mat, but you're just going to flex the toes so they're pointing to the side, so in the direction of the knee, and then lift whichever you want, but keeping that lift up through the right shoulder, lifting the leg up and lowering slowly. So we're working the outer glute and the outer hip. Lost count, but we'll do 2 more. 1, 2. Okay, rolling back onto your front, and then do the other side. So, yeah. Okay, so bending the bottom leg just a little so you're a bit more stable. Left elbow under left shoulder. You can either lift the arm up or on the hip. Flex the foot, leg nice and strong, and then slowly lifting and lowering. So don't use momentum to lift because you don't want to squeeze or drop down through the shoulder too much. So nice and strong through the core. Two more. Okay, release down. Come into down dog. Paddle your heels, feet hip distance apart, nice and slow. Okay, you might feel you need to stay on your toes if your ankles are sore, your foot, but if you can, you're going to lift the right leg up. You can do this from tabletop as well, but we're just trying to activate the hip flexor. So if you were on your knee, try not to do too much of a back bend. You want to wake up the front of the thigh. So point your toe, roll the thigh under you so the knee is pointing down. Press through the palms, squeeze your core, and then come back, lowering right foot next to left. Other side, lifting the left leg up. Point the toe, roll the thigh under you. Okay, come back into down dog and then walk your feet towards your hands and come up nice and slowly. I'm just going to let the dog out. He's heard dinner being cooked. Okay. mat. So 3 times Surya Namaskar A, and then we're going to do 1 time Surya Namaskar B. Standing in mountain, just feeling your alignment for a moment. And then inhale, your arms up, palms together. So look up as you press the hands towards each other. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Lean back a little and then exhale, Uttanasana. Float forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, palms down, step back. Roll into plank. Tip forward on the toes, hug the elbows in as you lower, pause, and then lower to up dog or cobra. Feel that Sphinx activation. So if you hug the elbows in, draw them towards your waist, draw the chest between your arms. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift the hips into down dog. Take 3 breaths. And then inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, step, hop, jump. Forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Uttanasana. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, stepping back, rolling forward for Chaturanga. Pause in Chaturanga before you lower yourself, or flip the feet into up dog. And then tuck the toes. Try to lift the hips level with the shoulders as you come up into down dog. Take 3 breaths. So modifying as you need, if you need to come onto the forearms or tabletop. And cross, drop your knees, then coming forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, palms rising up, Urdhva Hastasana. Look up, lean back. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, palms down, step back, roll forward for Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog, 3 breaths. And then the Ujjayi breath, breath with sound. Inhaling, up on the toes, bend your knees. Step, hop, jump forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale to chair pose, Utkatasana. Then sitting down, neutral pelvis. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back, lowering through Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Warrior 1, bring the right foot between your hands. Drop the back heel. If it's too tight through the heels, you can stay up like high lunge, up on the toes, on the back foot. It's quite intense through the heels. Arms go up, look up, exhale, palms down, step back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Bring the left foot between your hands, warrior one, left side. Looking up on the inhale. Exhale, palms down, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, 3 breaths. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. Squeeze the thighs, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. So coming from the front of the mat, lift the right knee and balance for a moment. And then bending the standing leg, point the right toes, step back to high lunge. So feet hip distance apart. Bring your arms up. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. So plugging the arm bones in. Feel that upper back curl. So as you draw, sort of knitting the lower ribs together. So tightening through the core, but leaning back, looking up. And then exhale, palms down, low lunge, drop the back knee, flatten the foot, coming up onto the front thighs, sink the hips. Make sure that knee is tracking, front knee tracking over the toes, or the same line as the toes. Then fingertips down, take your hips back, tuck your right toes under. So you want to have your hips above, or your right hip in line with the right knee. And you're going to straighten the front leg, point the toe, flex the toe. So drawing the hips level, drawing the left thigh bone back. If it's a bit intense like that, you can come up on your block on the inside, but you want to level the hips. Draw the left thigh bone back, the right side of the hips forward, lift the chest up, squeeze the core. If you can, fold a little more towards that leg. Okay, then releasing the foot down, step forward into a squat. So take the feet, toes turn out to the outer edges of the mat and sit down. So I suggest that Kate, you might want to just bring the block behind you so it's less intense through the feet. If you can, you'll sink your hips, lift your chest. If you need to, you can bring your hands to the block in front of you. And then using the tops of your arms to press your knees out. If you can, you'll bring your palms together, pressing your knees out. Okay, and coming fingertips down, heel toe the feet so they're hip distance apart. Coming up, nice and slow. Other side, so we're going to balance on the right foot, lift the left knee. Start to bend the right knee, point the left toe, slowly step back into high lunge. You're up on the ball of the back foot. strong through the thigh. If you can have, obviously, if the knee needs to bend, that's fine on the back leg, but if you can, lifting up and then sinking the hips. So right knee above right ankle, bring your arms up. Reach up, draw the shoulder blades down your back. Start to curl through the upper back, so you're leaning back, looking up, drawing the lower ribs towards each other, sucking the belly in. Inhale, then exhale, fingertips down, drop the back knee, flatten the foot, come into low lunge. So even here, that you're scooping your tailbone, so trying to tuck the tailbone under, lift your chest, squeeze your core, shoulders relaxed. And coming into the half split, so if you needed the block on the inside, so tuck the left toes under, that's just for more stability. Take the left hip above the left knee, right leg straight, flex the toes back. If you need to be up a bit more. Otherwise, hands either side, drawing the right thigh bone back. Left side of the hip comes more forward, hips are parallel. Okay, now we're going to step back and come into child's pose. Take the knees wide, toes touching. Sit back towards your heels. Palms down, push them away from you, sink the hips. So you're tucking your tailbone, drawing tailbone towards your heels. And then keeping that action, come up a little, walk your hands back towards you, then walk the hands over to the left. Bring the right hand on top of the left hand. And fold again, but you're sort of pushing the right hip away from you. Feel that side stretch up the right side of the body. Okay, inhale, lifting the chest up, walk the hands to the other side, left hand on top of right, straight arms. Just relax and then press through the left hip, feel the stretch through the left side of the body. Okay, then inhaling, hands forward, step back into down dog, and take a vinyasa. Roll into plank, drop your knees if you need to, hug the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. From down dog, lift your right leg, step the right foot between your hands, come up into high lunge. So steady the hips, you're rolling this left thigh under you so the hips are level. Reach the chest forward, so arms go forward, and then place the left hand down under the shoulder, revolve the right arm up. So a twist, but keep the right knee over the right ankle, keep lifting up through the back thigh. And you almost want to lift the left side of the hip rather than just letting it drop, still trying to keep the hips level, deepens the twist through the chest, through the spine. And then exhale, drop the back heel as if you're coming into warrior two. You're going to come up and we're actually going to do side angle. So bend the knee, so the right knee is above the ankle. Rest the forearm on the front thigh, palm facing up, left hand to your sacrum. So sink the hips. Feel that stretch through the groins and then sweep the top hand up and over. Feel that side stretch. So pressing through the outer edge of the back foot, reaching through the fingertips. And then exhale. Hands down either side of the front foot, step back to down dog. Take a vinyasa, roll forward, lower through chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Step, hop, jump forward, coming into chair pose. So trying to draw the arms either side of your ears and look up at your thumbs, but you need to draw, as you push the hands away from you, draw the shoulder blades back against your rib cage. So if that feels too difficult, just have the arms forward. Draw the knees back a little. Then left elbow goes over right thigh. Press the palms together. Try to keep the knees level. Reach the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Trying to draw the palms to the center of your chest. So you're bringing the left side of the ribs across the thigh. Inhale, look down, release the hands behind you. This is called drinking bird. This might be too intense for people with bad feet, sorry about that. But if you can, you either stay here, or if you can, you'll come up on your toes. Dip your chin forward a little, arms come up, drinking bird, lowering the heels back down, palms down, step back to down dog. Then inhale, lift the right leg, right foot between your hands, come up into high lunge. So rolling the hips, left hip level, lift the arms up. Oh, I think did I? And then bringing, oh, I think I just repeated. Have I just repeated? Left leg. Sorry, I'm thinking right leg. Yeah, sorry, I should have done the other side. So should be left foot forward. Sorry about that. So bring the right palm down to a twist, lifting the left hand up. Trying to turn, so keep length in the neck, but trying to turn to look up or just look to the side. And then coming into side angle stretch. So drop the back heel down, coming up as if you're going into warrior two, sink through the left knee, right hand to your sacrum, left forearm with the palm facing up. And then start to roll this left side of the rib cage across, sweep the top arm up and over, press through the knife edge of the back foot. So rolling the right side of the rib cage open. And then exhale. Step the right foot forward, come into chair pose. Keep the breath coming in nice and even and deep. Try and get the neutral spine. And then take your arms back. Either stay where you are, or if you can, come up into drinking bird. Then come up on your tiptoes. Take the arms back. Lower the chin a little. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. And then exhale, heels down, palms down, just cut all the fingertips down, just come into ragdoll for a moment. And then knees down, come into child's pose. Okay, coming forward. So, Jill, I haven't got you on my TV today. So how, Alison and Kate, are you doing all right? Kate, yeah? You're all right, Alison? Yeah, okay. Not that you're not all right, Gillian, but I don't think you had fresh injuries. Okay, so we're going to do our core work, so planking. So if you need to modify, drop knees, etc., or come onto the forearm instead of straight arm. But we're going to start first, if we can, in high plank. So stepping back, hug the shins and thighs towards each other, press up through the palms. And you want to draw your belly button in and up under your rib cage. Press out between your shoulder blades, so it's protraction. You're trying to draw the shoulder blades out to the sides. Neck is long. And then inhale, lifting up into down dog. Roll forward into plank. Focus on your breath, so really trying to draw the breath in deep, keep it steady. Little tweaks here and there, press into the index finger and the thumb. Draw the shoulder blades down a little, spread them a little more, and then inhale, lift into down dog. Okay, so we're going to come into side plank. If you find it easier to do this on your forearm, then that's fine. But if you can, you're going to bring your right hand slightly more to the center of the mat. And when you come forward, you want to really have your wrist a little bit forward of your elbow, just for stability. So rolling forward, turn onto the side of the right foot, and then you choose if you want to modify with the left foot in front of you, stack the feet or have them one in front of the other. Squeeze your outer hip, squeeze your glutes, thighs towards each other. If you can, inhale, lift. Squeeze the core. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll into downward dog. If you need to drop your knees, do. I'm going to go to the other side. In fact, I'm going to come and watch you do the other side. So bringing the left hand towards the center of the mat, rolling onto the side, lift the top hand, the right hand. If you need to, that's it, well done. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the outer hips towards each other. Bring the breath in deep, and then exhale, rolling back round, and then just dropping the knees, come into a child's pose for a moment. And you might want to give the wrists a little shake. Okay, so now coming into low plank, but we're going to take a vinyasa first. Lift the hips up into down dog. Roll forward, chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Roll forward into plank. And then take your right forearm down, then your left forearm down. You can clasp the hands if you need to, or have them palms down, elbows shoulder width apart. Okay, draw your chest forward, push up through your forearms, and hug the shins and thighs towards each other. Try to keep, as you squeeze the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, feel that squeezing under of the belly button towards the spine. Then inhale, lift into dolphin, walk your toes in a little. Then walk them out. Drop your knees for a moment. We're then going to come into side plank. So here you want to cross, we'll do the right side first. So you want to have the elbow under the shoulder, but cross the hand in front of your face a little. So now stepping back, roll onto the side of the right foot. Again, don't let that bottom hip sag down. Squeeze the hips towards each other. Push through the soles of the feet towards the far wall. Lift the top hand up. Spread, really feel that action of drawing the shoulder blades down your back so they're snug against your rib cage. Lift the hips. Rolling to both arms, walk forward into dolphin. Lift the hips up. Walk back. Rolling onto, so bring the palm of the left hand in front of your face. Turning onto the left side of the foot. Oops. So really squeeze the ankles, shins, thighs towards each other. Feel your kneecaps lift, pelvic floor, navel to spine, and really pushing up through the forearm and the elbow. 2 more breaths. And then rolling back round. Just come into child's pose for a moment. Well done. Okay, and then turn onto your back for a moment. Well, not for a moment, turn onto your back. So knees bent, feet on the mat. And then bring your hands to your lower belly. And then you want to tilt your pelvis. So you're arching your back, rolling your tailbone down. So you feel that arch in the lower spine, and then rolling the pelvis back the other way, so pressing the lower back into the mat. So you'll inhale, roll it up again, so the front of the pelvis goes forward, arch your back, and then exhale, lifting the tailbone, gently pressing the lower back down. So using your breath, just rolling the hips forward and back. Okay, then straightening your legs. Bring your arms into cactus. So you want to have the top of your elbow in line with your shoulders. If you can, depending on how tight your shoulders are, hopefully you can get your elbows and your forearms down. If not, don't worry, but we're just trying to soften through the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders. And then do kind of like a little snow angel action. I'll show you sitting up. So as you're like lying down like this, you'll touch the fingertips behind you. So just sliding the forearms along the floor. Just gently opening through the shoulders. And then straighten your arms, lift your arms up so the fingertips to the ceiling. Push through your fingers and then draw your shoulder blades down. So plug the arm bones in so you feel the shoulder blades against the floor, against the mat. And then turn the palms to face the ceiling and lie the arms behind you. You'll probably feel a tightness along the front of the bicep. So just trying to stretch that way, but not allowing the back to arch too much. So trying to draw the lowest ribs towards each other. And then while the arms are outstretched like this behind you, so you're going to push the left foot away from you and draw the right heel up to it. So it's almost like you want to now shift the pelvis. So instead of we were doing dipping it up and down, now we're going to go from as if you were standing on one foot and hopping to the other. So you're now sliding one heel away from you and then the other. And then do the same hand. So as you press the right heel away from you, you're going to reach through the right hand. So really feel that stretch up that side. And then the opposite side. So you're going to swing the pelvis on the left side down, reach the left arm away, and just like you're sort of crawling, but with outstretched limbs. So just working through the pelvis. Okay, bring your arms back beside you. Bend your knees, feet on the mat. And then actually bring your hands behind your head, relax your head down back onto the mat. Squeeze your core, so you want to now feel that pelvis as if you're pressing the lower back into the mat, so the pelvis tips backwards, and then lift your feet off the mat. So what we don't want here is we don't want the back to arch. As soon as you do that, you've lost control of your core. So squeezing the core, pressing the lower back into the mat. And then you're going to lift the right foot up, point the toe, keep the left foot. So you want the left knee above the left hip, and then lower the right foot back down. So keep that action of the lower back pressing into the mat. That's the core engaged. Point the left toes. And then bend the knee again. So knees above hips, point the right toes. Again, point the left. So just nice, slow, use your breath. And now we're going to release your hands from behind your head. Bring them fingertips pointing as if we were going to come into boat pose. So knees are still above hips. And then sit up so you don't throw yourself forward with your arms. Use your core, curling up a little, reaching the fingertips to the back, to the front of the mat. Squeeze your core. And then as you curl down, start to straighten your legs a little. And then curling back up. So basically we're trying to flatten the boat pose a little, but not quite touching our head and shoulders down and not touching the feet down. But the whole time you want the lower back on the mat. If you start to lose that, then just come back to, you can lower your head or just come back to one of the earlier positions and just do one leg at a time. So if you can, you're going to sort of curl up through the vertebrae, straighten the legs, and then release, curling in. Use your breath. But all the time activating those core muscles. Okay. Hug the knees in. Just completely relax the spine, the shoulders. Release your feet down. Lift the right leg up, hands to the back of the right thigh. Inhale, squeeze your core, just lift the rib cage or the back of the ribs off the mat. Lift your hands up to your calf. Feel that stretch through the back of the leg. You can straighten the left leg. That feels good. And then slide your hands back to the thigh, bend your knee, release the right leg down. Okay. Bend your knees, lift the left leg up, hands behind the thigh. Inhale, squeeze your core, lift your head towards your knee, draw the hands up to the calf. Straighten the right leg. And then exhale, slide your hands down, bring the foot back onto the mat. And then we're going to come into bridge pose. So arms by your side, pressing the arms down and the palms so you feel that spreading across the collarbone. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And then inhale, lift the hips up and then point the right toes, straight leg, but thighs are parallel. Lift your hips, try to keep your hips even. Don't drop the right hip down. Then flex the right foot. Now you feel the back of the leg. And then place the right foot down, lowering through the vertebrae. Hips come down last. Take a breath. Then inhale. Again, lift your hips, press your forearms into the mat. Dig the right heel into the mat. Lift and point the left leg. Point the left toes. Level the hips. Squeeze the glutes. Flex the toes. Feel the hamstrings, calves activated. And then lower the left foot down. As you exhale, lower through the vertebrae. Take a breath. And then one last one. Inhale. Lift your hips. This time, clasp your hands under you. Roll from side to side, tucking the tops of the arms under. Press the fists down and push them towards your heels. Press the knees away from you. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees. Feel the glutes, inner thighs activate. And then exhale. Take the arms out to the side, lowering down. Hips come down last. And then windshield wiping the legs. Take the arms wide, palms down. Inhale. And then exhale, drop the knees to the right. Look to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the legs to the left. Look to the right. Just use your own breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And then coming back to center. Lift your knees and heels, come into happy baby. Gently press the tailbone towards the mat. Rock a little. And then releasing Your feet down to the mat and coming into Shavasana. So wrapping yourself up, getting yourself comfy. And you might even want to get a cushion or a rolled up towel to place under the backs of your thighs, your knees. That might be comfortable today after working through the core and the back. Just being aware of the sensation of the weight of your body on the mat. How your spine feels. Maybe even just on the next exhalation, just drawing your shoulders up towards your ears and then allowing them to just relax, to soften. Imagining the breath as you inhale, feel the expansion between every single vertebrae. Feel the space around the organs. And then as you exhale, feel the hips soften a little more. Releasing through the, the tops of the thighs. Excuse me. The backs of the knees. Just bringing your awareness to where you felt pain in your body. And using the out breath, imagine the red blood rushing to that area, healing, flooding oxygen. So you feel the entire body is relaxed. Starting to move fingers and toes. Bringing your awareness back to the sounds around you. When you're ready, rolling onto your right side for a moment. And then pressing yourselves into a seated position facing me. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your palms together at your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.